It is the greatest thing in the world to be able to make music at home, to write songs, to record them at home. It is such like a blessing. It is the best. Hey, this is Quimby. I'm Alex. I've got 4 tips, 4 high-level mental framework tips that I've kind of gleaned throughout my 2 years of diving into this magical world of recording and mixing at home in the box that I want to share with you in case you watching this are also on this journey at the beginning stages like myself, and maybe these tips and tricks might help you with your journey. So let me just start by saying I'm an absolute noob. I still am. I was a noob 2 years ago. I know more now, and I still feel like a noob. Like I'm still learning in this journey, as I'm sure anyone would say. Like it's a process, and you're always going to learn, and you're always going to grow. But I'm still definitely on the beginning stages of all this. But I feel like I've nudged a little more and made a little more progress. Tip number 1. It all takes time, and over time, you will get it. And what I mean by that is this is a process. Just like with any endeavor in life, when you first do it, you're not going to understand a lot of things. You're not even going to, you might even ask yourself, why am I doing this? I'm not seeing anything. There are no results, but it takes time. Just like if you want to go to the gym and pump, you want to get the pump. You're not going to get the pump just by going in once. It takes repetition and time to develop those muscles. And what you're doing now by recording and mixing and diving into this world of plugins and compressors and EQs and limiters and reverbs those are all muscles that you have to develop. And it just takes repeated exposure of doing it again and again and again. Now, there might be some times where you're like, I don't feel like I'm getting any better. I don't feel like I'm making an improvement. I don't feel like, just keep doing it. Push through and keep doing it. Because you will. Things will start to click in your brain. Your ears take time to develop. This is probably the most important one. Your ears and your ability to hear different things. When you're first diving in, you might not hear the difference between the 2 compressors. God knows I didn't. And let me make a little confession right now. When I watch a YouTube tutorial, which I do all the time, and I'll get to that later on, I could not hear the difference between, I'm going to engage the compressor, and now here it is disengaged. And here it is engaged, and here it is disengaged. I couldn't hear the difference. Now I can. I can now hear what it's doing. And it's usually something so subtle. The changes are subtle, and your ear needs practice. And it takes time to develop your ear to hear those changes. Those changes in frequency, the little gains and dips of certain frequencies, maybe at first you don't hear them, but over time you will. Through repeated exposure, you will. You will totally hear the changes. I hear them now. It was all so new, and now I know more. I still don't 100% understand, but I understand more. And I guarantee you will too. So if you're feeling like, nothing, it all sounds the same to me, I don't understand what any of this, like, you will get it. Just keep going. Another top tip within this tip, a tip within a tip, the inception tip would be focus on one thing at a time. Like just concentrate your energy and your focus on compression and try out different compressors. And the more you do this, the more time you invest, the more you're going to get out of it. The more you're going to learn, the more you're going to grow, the more, this is obvious stuff. Everyone knows this stuff, but sometimes it helps to hear it in this context. Tip number 2. Manage your expectations. Don't expect perfection. Make a mess and love the mess. When you start out doing this stuff, when you start out doing anything, when you're learning a new skill or a craft or a art or whatever you do at first is going to suck. Flat out, it's going to suck. So learn to be okay with that, because that sucking is part of the process. Like if you're working on a song, don't expect it to sound like what you think it's going to sound like in your head. Like you're going to come to the table with an expectation. I got this idea for a song. It's fantastic. I'm going to lay it down and it's going to match what I have in here. Well, when you're first starting out, it's not. It's going to suck. And that's just a fact. But be okay with the suck, because the process of doing that is going to be okay. You're going to be disappointed sometimes with the stuff that you're making, because it's not going to match what you have in here and what you expect it to sound like. So be okay with that. And just know that, again, over time, you're going to get better. And that disconnect between what you expect it to sound like and what it does sound like, that gap will close over time. That's also a fact. make a mess and be happy with the mess. You got an acoustic guitar track you just laid down? Go ahead and throw a compressor on it. Now just crank that thing up and down and see what it does. Crank it hard. You're not going to break anything. Don't be precious with anything. You got to get dirty with it. You got to get dirty. You got to get funky with it. You got to make a mess. Crank that compressor up. Crank the EQs. Cut the highs. Boost the highs. Cut the lows. Dip that thing. Like, find out what's happening. And to do that, you got to go to extremes. You got to make a mess. Just for practice sake, get in there and get dirty with it. Don't be afraid to break anything, because you're not going to break anything, but just crank it. What happens if I throw 3 compressors on this thing? What's that going to do? And why is it doing it? Like, what if I put a limiter on it and crank it? What if I squish it? What does that sound like? How does that feel? What is it doing? Like, get your hands dirty. Do not be precious with anything. Nothing should be precious. Everything should be up for grabs. Anything's possible. Tip 2.2, another little tidbit. You're getting a freebie here from me. People who push the boundaries, they're breaking rules. Like, there are no set rules for anything. There's really just what feels good to you. And if it feels good to you, maybe, and hopefully it feels good to other people too. But there are no set rules. There's no set compressor for a kick drum. There's no proper compressor to use for a kick drum. It's all subjective. It's all taste. It's all what feels good to you. And that brings me into tip number 3. The only race that you're in is with yourself. You're going to want to compare your work to your heroes. That's inevitable. We all do it. Everyone does it. But you're not going to hit it. You're not going to match it. You're not going to meet it. You're not. You're just not. If you're beginning, you're not. Ain't going to happen. What you should be comparing yourself to is what you've done in the past. Like, when you spit out a mix, listen to it, hold on to it, and then a week later, mix it again. Compare those 2 mixes. How are they going? A month later, go back to a mix it. How does it sound? How is it competing with the other one? Does it sound better now than it did before? Great. The race is with yourself and no one else. It should be a process that's dictated by you. Because when you compare yourself to your heroes, like, your heroes, they're putting their stuff through their own experience and through their own taste. And that's them. That's a piece of their personality, a piece of their heart going into the work that they're making. And they're making decisions based on what feels good to them. You are not them. You're not. You're your own person. You have your own distinct characteristics and personality. Everybody does. So trust yourself. The race is with yourself. Compare your work to your previous work and see if you can gain improvements. If you're not seeing any improvement, then find out why. What along this path made it worse? Like, the race is with yourself. You can always compare yourself to others. You're going to do it anyways. It's natural. But ultimately, the race is with yourself. All right, tip number 4, the 4th and final tip. Surround yourself with people and or videos or tutorials or anything that can make you better. And that means if you're lucky enough to know someone who is doing what you're doing, but doing it at a higher level, go and spend time with them. Make them coffee. Like, clean their cables, clean the bathrooms, do whatever you can to be in proximity with this human being. Because you will get so much more faster just by being in the same proximity. And if not, then watch tutorials. Surround yourself with YouTube videos. When you're coming home from work, from your day job that you hate, and you're tired, pop on YouTube, man. And there are so many people out there sharing so much amazing stuff that there's an endless supply of information out there for you to take in. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. When I'm on the toilet, I'm watching a tutorial with the captions on. It's me time. It's poo-poo pee-pee time, but it's also me time. That poo-poo pee-pee time is me time, and that's tutorial time. I'm watching whatever I can with the captions on. And sometimes I don't even have to hear it because, you don't want to be in a public toilet with the speaker up. That's just weird. Any free moment you have where you can jump on YouTube and watch something, use it. There you go. 4 tips and tricks. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, subscribe. I'm so close. I'm so close to hitting 100 subscribers. So if you got anything out of this, hit subscribe, like the video, hit subscribe, and share it with someone who is doing the same thing you're doing. If you've got a pal that you're doing this thing with, hey, just share it with them. Thank you and good night.